My name is Rory Houlihan. I ran for U.S. Senate this spring, 2016, to stop the ticking time bombs so I could put our economy back on track for a bright new day instead of all things ending. Let me educate you on the ticking time bombs and give you the rest of the story. Well, events of January 7, 2017 in Frankfurt has caused a change of plans. I need to call this part 13B, turning hardworking folks of Kentucky into gator baits. Senator West of Paris statements made his intentions for the passage of these laws as a strictly political move to hurt Democrats. Unions help get Democrats elected. Not going to contest that. I'm old enough, though, to remember the days when unions used to help elect equally Republicans, too. And if I remember, the police unions across our country have worked on the behalf of Republican candidates like Scott Walker. Many unions were forced to take sides in the 1980s thanks to Ronald Reagan's War on the Unions. In Part 4, the War on Unions and Other Co-ops, I explained this. Conservatives have had a covert or an overt war against the hardworking little guy, the Archie Bunkers and the meatheads, since Ronald Reagan. And Richard Nixon went after the family farmers in 1974. I studied labor economics in the 1980s and had a front row seat in Milwaukee, Wisconsin on the Reagan War on Labor. Unions are businesses which supply services to groups of workers. Has there ever been a time in which you wish you had a lawyer? Individually, the services of a lawyer are very expensive. But if that cost is spread over many people, then the cost becomes affordable. By this principle, unions are co-ops, even if they're not organized as a co-op. Conservatives use the Fourth Amendment to go after unions, but unions being really co-ops, and as a private business, their right to charge is by contract for their services. The right to contract and the right to charge are guaranteed under the Commerce Clause of our Constitution, just like any other business has the right to charge for their goods and services. You may not know that I and Jim Gray, both, as far as I know, were the only two senatorial candidates running who had real life experience actually with unions and have read union contracts. I, as part of my Labor Economics 500 courses and training, which taught me labor laws from both the employer and the employee perspective. I remember going through a nurses union contract. I wish I remembered who they were, which was about half the size of a Grisham's or Tom Clancy book. The wording was general, and the recourse was flexible and local. I also remember reviewing a UAW-GM contract that had 12 feet of volumes. Not kidding on that thought. The wording was specific. The actions were spelled out and non-flexible. Many required union arbitration. Again, unions are service businesses, and like every business, they are more profitable if they don't have to spend. Litigation costs money. There is little incentive for unions to be adversarial with the business they're dealing with. The golden goose. Employees the unions represent want fair trade and not free trade for their time. Hurting the business is not the union's best interest. So union contracts mirror top management attitudes. Plain and simple. Friendly management relationships, friendly, flexible, simple contracts, adversarial relationship, specific, complex, inflexible, spelled out rules and rights contract. Science has taught me that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, but with people, the reactions are often many times greater. So a light touch does much, and an open hand holds more dirt than a tightly closed fist is preferred operation to deal with people, including with unions. Unions protect the long-term employee, who are, by their long service to that company, naturally company men. But Elks Gators don't want the company men or unions around to protect folks. That is why we have right to work laws to unprotect folk. The above yay voting conservatives just made your loyal, hardworking folk in Kentucky, our loyal, hardworking folk in Kentucky, Florida, and Wall Street gator bait. And they are not for Kentucky or Kentuckians. I think the yay-yays ought to wear this Florida gator jacket. Don't you? End of part B. You have a good, blessed day.